she discovered that the new art teacher was her husband. But before the girl regained her composure, his gesture of wiping sweat made her break into a cold sweat. His sweat wipe turned out to be her own underwear. Baon hurriedly gestured to remind him. Husband only then realized something was off. Don't daydream. Fortunately, no one noticed this awkward scene. Baon finally sat down at ease. Then she quickly gave her husband a light punch. She planned to confront him after class. Her husband got caught by the single principal of 40 years. Watching them look so sweet together, Baon was instantly furious, gritting her teeth. So she quickly found her husband. She sarcastically scolded him in a mocking tone. You two are eating so sweetly. Aren't you very happy? Of course. It's way tastier than the school food. Are you jealous? It's really nauseating. She said this and stormed off. But the truth is her husband was just teasing her purposely. Even choosing to become a teacher here was because he found out that his wife seemed to like a senior on the baseball team. It turned out that Shangming and Baon had been betrothed since childhood, but there's an 8-year age gap made them feel more like siblings. And suddenly one day, Grandpa called them over. He hoped to see their wedding before he passed. When Baon heard this, she quickly refused, saying she's 18, firmly rejecting such a ridiculous proposal. But her father said the law states that with parental consent, anyone over 15 can get married, but Baon was unwilling to agree at all. Angrily, she stood up and left. Shangming also expressed his reluctance to marry, then hurriedly escaped from there. However, what they didn't expect was that Grandpa wanted to hasten their wedding, joined forces with Shangming's father, and planned a grand scheme. While his son was watching TV inside, he smashed Shangming's beloved car and hinted that without marriage, Shangming might be the next target. It seems this marriage is fated to happen. Also feigned being sick, as if his time was running out. When they reached the hospital, seeing Grandpa's frail appearance, they were both deeply scared. Baon, panicking, immediately agreed to marry. Grandpa, wake up. I agree. I agree to marry you. Just like that, the two, bewildered, walked into the hall of marriage. But for Baon, this was all just to fulfill Grandpa's wish. Even their planned honeymoon, she claimed she was using the bathroom to sneak away secretly, leaving Shangming to embark alone on the flight to Jeju Island. Shangming, being ridiculed like this, felt terrible. What should have been a great honeymoon turned into him just watching other couples show their affection. Infuriated, he grabbed a bucket of water from the toilet and poured it directly on the couple, interrupting their intimate moment. On the other side, Baon was on a warm date with her crush, having a sweet and romantic time. When asked if she had a boyfriend, she denied it without hesitation. Returning from vacation, Shangming felt helpless about Baon. But the most urgent task at hand is it must change into traditional hanbok, disguised as a sweet couple just back from their honeymoon. Seeing their affection, Grandpa was eagerly urging them to have a child soon. That night, Shangming purposely laid down on Baon's bed. Noticing her reluctance, he couldn't help but want to tease her, so he slowly walked over to her. Baon, seeing this, quickly grabbed a pencil to counterattack. But during their playful scuffle, she kicked Shangming on the knee, causing him to lose his balance. He fell right on top of her. In the chaos, Baon, startled, directly jabbed the pencil into Shangming's head. Ah! I was just joking. Although they continued their daily playful banter, these interactions didn't bring any displeasure. Instead, as time went on, their relationship unintentionally grew closer. Sometimes Baon would also pull pranks, taking advantage of Shangming's moment of peace. But unexpectedly, Shangming turned around directly, which caught Baon off guard. She quickly covered her eyes. Panicked, she fled. Amid such playfulness, Shangming gradually sensed the warmth and joy of living with Baon. But the joy was short-lived. That day, he stumbled upon Baon in a close photo with another guy, an inexplicable feeling of loss. But he chose not to dig deeper. Instead, he quietly drank alone. Things took a turn the next day. Shangming's school internship list was announced. Coincidentally, he was assigned to Baon's school to be an art teacher. The moment Baon saw her husband in class, she was shocked silent. When she returned home, she and Shangming set rules. He had to keep their marriage a secret, and they must not interfere with each other at school. But what Baon didn't expect was that the long single teacher, Mr. Jun, had his eye on her husband. Watching them cozy up, Baon felt the surge of jealousy, and Shangming found the boy Baon fancied. He meant to lecture him, but I knew I had to hide the fact that I'm married to Baon, so I had to swallow my anger. Just as he was about to head back, he spotted Miss Jin waiting nearby. In a rush of panic, Shangming had to escape over the wall. But what he never expected was that Miss Jin had personally tracked him to his address. Facing her surprise visit, Shangming and Baon were thrown into chaos. To avoid revealing their marriage, they quickly took down the wedding photo. They quickly hid Baon's drying clothes, but before they could clean up, Miss Jin had already walked in. Baon was so scared, she hid behind the curtain. As Miss Jin walked in the room, she displayed her enchanting appearance. Shangming decisively pushed her away. Miss Jin awkwardly had to. She shifted the topic to the vacuum, but as the vacuum moved, she found something odd behind the curtain. So she stayed alert and wanted to check. At the moment, a panicked Baon, she quickly pulled the curtain around her. She quickly ran out, but then her view was blocked. I fell straight off the balcony. Ultimately, I scrambled away from the scene. Who is it? It's my sister. She's a bit off. What troubled Baon even more was her husband's handsome looks.